Hi guys, welcome to YILDIZ readings for those of you who are new. So here we have your romance read, but it's not just any old romance read. We try to help to give you as much information relating to your ascension, chakras, balance, empowerment, to get the best out of your love life and to tune into the energy both psychically and astrologically. I also do twin flame coaching and energy check-ins regularly as I am a twin flame. So if you do need a booking, the link is directly below. Please join us as these updates are regular here at YILDIZ readings, and we will not make you wait any longer. Let's get into your romance house and see what could be energetically coming through for you. Love and light, guys. Grab a cuppa, sit back and relax, and let's get into it. Leo, we're here to do your romance read. This is deep, 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 deep. Let's get into it. For those of you that don't know, I'm a psychic medium, and I sat with your energy for a little bit to tune in. And the one thing I've been hearing a few songs, and at times, sometimes our guides will work with us through songs. At other times, they will work through the chakra system. And we did have the full moon. I believe it was at the end of January, and it was in your zodiac sign. Plus, it was almost like a little bit of a Venus retrograde for you. So, you know, half of January and half of February was super tough for you guys. So, love and light to you. It is, you're coming out of that. And a few words were coming through, and it was reciprocity. The next one was balancing the light and the dark. And then it was, it's sort of like, it's circular. So, circular is, you know, the gestation. It's the beginning cycle. It's where it all began, and then it's the change, and it's the experience of diversity, adversity, the light and the dark, and then making peace with it, which is going to be very much March, and probably up until the 13th. So I do use the analogy of moving into March as a little bit like a deer walking out of the woods. And, you know, you intuitively know you're moving forward. You don't know what this new version of yourself is going to be. And usually it's like a soul death. It's like one aspect of it. And it doesn't mean innocence. It means more the polarity of understanding, enlightenment, divine clarity. And with that, it can feel so... initially, it can feel very, what would the word be? You can feel very disillusioned, but I wouldn't say from yourself, more from the wake up. It's like, oh gee, I can't believe I saw something this way. So the ruin that you have, and I'll get into the reasons why this has come. And, you know, I Googled reciprocity, wondering if a song would come through. And the crazy thing was Hannibal Lecter come through. But it was the song, and it was more the principle based on light and dark. We can't have one without the other to have understanding and closure. So, you know, moving through to March, it's funny because you do have guidance, and the guidance card is in reverse through the chakra, and this can be through the third eye. You know, as we know better, we do better. Maybe seeing a mirror in a circumstance, maybe understanding the reasons why we were looking at love in a particular way. And like I said, it would have felt like a Venus retrograde for you guys. So pretty much from mid-January through, you guys were pretty heavy hit. Now, you do have beautiful aspects this year, but all of us collectively did go through this circular experience, right? And it's to close that chapter. It's closed decades of chapters. So it's the first time in history we're having both Saturn and Jupiter together in the sky, in the house of Aquarius. And so it is a brand new reset and a beginning. And that sometimes it's almost like saying goodbye to an old friend, which is the old version of ourselves, and saying hello to the new awakened version of ourselves. And the nostalgia and inner child energy can come up where we're feeling perplexed. Maybe we're looking at family related dynamics. We're looking at collective energy because we had Venus in Aquarius. We had Mercury in retrograde in Aquarius, which is still in shadow to the 13th. So your communication with love, or your thoughts to do with love, will directly be changing between now and the 13th. Now, you do feel as though you do need to move forward with making decisions, with taking action. We may need to sit with that and give it the respect it deserves, whatever those new findings are for us spiritually and psychologically. And as we move forward, you'll find things should ease up. There can be a lot that comes towards us, but it's also crown chakra, drink fluid, because it is at the moment in reverse. It's between the third eye and the crown chakra. And it is due to the fact you tend to get third eye blockages when we have Mercury retrograde, because a lot's coming at us and it's thought and speech. So those blockages are now, it's coming down to the heart-centered energy. We just had the full moon in Virgo, and moving over to March, we're having a new moon in Pisces. So between now and that new moon, it's the precipice of change, and it's a closing of this old cycle. You're moving into that to bring that new one up. So the ruin, Cancer, zodiac sign, Cancerian, okay? Green, water, earth, swan. Nourishing, nourishment, mothering, fertility, beauty, healing, growth. Earth mother, spiritual growth, sustenance. In reverse, neglect. It's more those things don't bear fruit. And, a certain friend, big shout out to her, she gave a beautiful analogy that her father gave her, which was the equivalent of a male mango tree, which doesn't bear fruit. Doesn't bear fruit. Can't produce. Okay? So, that of what you feel you haven't harvested, you will be assessing, and it's now you have the intent that you have intentions to move forward. You have intentions to, invest in things that grow. Your concerns potentially can be on your family, your tribe, and memories relating to conditioning can be coming up. I don't feel, it's not in reverse, but I do feel you're coming out of the woods of that. You're coming to terms with that. So we'll read the reversal based on it being in the past position, which does make sense with the cards. So relating to love, promising the nurturing and sustenance of new life, fresh starts and new projects. In some circumstances, however, the appearance may be an indication that greater care needs to be taken. Reversed may warn against neglect or worse, giving your power away, basically, because, and we don't do that intentionally. Sometimes we can do that in a pacification, way to make people happy when, really placing, and always it will be an orange chakra imbalance because it's inner power. So I always use an orange as an analogy. When you feel that somebody has control of the situation or your world spinning, you can really have a lot of dreams of falling, of feeling out of control. You can have dreams relating to a home because it's your vessel, where the home can be very distorted and run down. It can almost look haunted in a dream. So if you're having dreams like that, and there are circumstances where you feel you're falling, drowning, things like that, it's generally on a spiritual, psychological level. You're tapping into that and your body is trying to show you something so that you can take your power back. So the orange chakra, it doesn't mean to say you are directly out of control. It's an embodiment of that energy. It's us psychologically coming to terms with the situation of the past and fearing the future, and therefore we do feel fatigue. Sometimes it can be there because we are very fatigued. We don't have the energy. We have way too much on our plate. So from a chakra point of view, you can go to a healer that works on that. You can eat the food groups relating to that chakra. And you also can do guided meditation for sacral chakra and wear citron. So practice when you are going to make a decision within your connection, within your intimate connections, in your surroundings. If you're always saying yes, and it is to appease, and it is because you're tired and you're concerned about their feelings over yours, take it back and look at those individuals as you. And if you kept saying no to them all the time, you know, how it's like you're saying no to you. So effectively, picture the orange fruit. Anytime you're like saying yes, 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 or anything you're doing something energetically against the grain of what you would need to do due to a circumstance you're embodying at the moment. So you're wanting to get grounded. I've got to find them, Native Spirit cards, which I have actually pulled one for you already. You've got Nature Spirit. Now with the green coming through, when we had the full moon in Virgo, I'm going to briefly look at your chart if I can see it directly through the light. See the things we go through. Leo. Okay, money, assets, self-esteem, emotion. Sometimes when we have a emotional energy of the moon moving through it, there can be nurturing, sustenance, ability to provide, emotions relating to it. We did also have Mars and Taurus, so around that time you may have felt you may have gone towards food or gone off food. You can find as we move into March that can ease up. But it's like you're wanting to get grounded. You're wanting to feel stable. You're needing to connect in with nature. You're needing to hear how you feel about this individual and the individuals around you and what happened in the past, because we had heavy hitting energies last month and the last few months. Now, when I say that, although this is a romance read, this is why these things are coming through. Sometimes we can say, hey, let's look at romance. And it's very much that of what is out of our control. And these circumstances had been out of your control because they were transits on a theoretical level. So yes, directly it can affect your vibration inside of your connections, but it is going to ease up as we move forward. With Pisces, let's have a look at your chart. Yeah, it makes sense. You feel, in a sense, something has been quite taxing. You feel, in a sense, that you are wanting people to work with you. You also feel that, you're wanting to pull things together. There also could be a home-related dynamic that you feel is unstable or needs to be directly dealt with because you have Scorpio on that placement. And we do have Pluto and Capricorn for the next 3 years. So all the way through to 2023, I should say. So with that, really changing things around to get stable. That can either be, decorating, changing things around, balancing things out, seeing the tribes that you resonate with. Everything you're spiritually coming to terms with at the moment. It's like you're closing this individual out just for a moment. The reason I say that, you've got the power of attraction. You're looking at the past and you didn't realise what universe had brought you. It's like, oh heck, well, I got here. Power of attraction. You could be looking at the past as the past hasn't been so great. The past has been difficult. Maybe it didn't turn out the way you thought it was going to. But again, I do feel there's more information yet to come. It's also in a sense of the laws of attraction, ironically so, we tend to, at a lower octane, manifest a lot more when we're in lower vibration. We are always manifesting all the time because what we vibrate is what we attract. It can be that we're in high vibration and we will get high vibration people. It can be in motivational energy. You will attract a lot of motivational energy, and sometimes you can even attract people to push you to move to that. So whatever energy you were in, you're kind of confused. You're confused. People are confusing you. That's what's coming through. The perplexity of connections, the vibrations of individuals, and I'm hearing, why can't we just get along? And I think the huge lesson that is coming through is that everything is in perfect harmony. It's our mindset that we feel that we need to create that perfect, pretty world. And, adversity actually develops us, grows us, transforms us, and everything is always divinely guided. But, you know, through an awakening process, initially we can feel very, this is the way it needs to be. It's very fixated. It can be very tunnel vision. It can be due to triggers and external things. But you're looking back, and what you saw before, you can't understand how that came about. There can be something that came about that you just didn't see coming. It took you from left field. And it was like a staggering effect. It was several things. You're wanting a brand new world. A whole new world. You're wanting a brand new world. And your imagination with this Pisces energy coming in by the new moon, I do feel, you know, the steps you take, the changes you make, the internal changes, the detoxification, the wounds that you're releasing, you're going to be a lot lighter. And how you deal with romance, point blank zero, will be very unique. It's getting through that tunnel that counts, though. So you're drawing on some ideas and plans. It's sort of like you're looking at your life and your romance house from different angles to get a bit of like 101 on it. It's like, okay, what's separate to you? What's separate to them on the external and directly environmental has been potentially hindering the progress of that? Has it been communication? We had Mercury there. Has it been emotions? Moon there. Was it the actions and the steps or the past? Was it external frequencies? All of that was giving us major stock take last month. So this world that you're ushering in, the world wants to be written, but in a healthy way. The funny thing is, this is a number 6, and in your 6th house placement, it is to do. 6th house placement is healthy boundaries. It's leveling up. It's the house of hidden enemies. But, you know, sometimes the healthy boundaries actually comes down to us. It's yes and no. It's not right or wrong. It's very much how you see at that moment, and that's what counts. I'm going to pull a clarifier on this because there's a few messages coming through. I'll show you the card. I'm not going to leave you out in the cold without it. I feel you're holding your tongue. I feel you've had a light bulb moment about how to proceed forward. Now, it's so funny. I have my beautiful sister Leo calling me at the moment, and I'm channeling Leo. And it's funny, when I did the Cancer video, my partner, Cancerian, he contacted me. Must be divine. So there's a change that you're going to take. Now, 5s are all about change. 2021 is all about change. You're having an idea and you're like, okay. And it seems cheeky. I don't know what this is. It seems cheeky. It's like, but it's like, that would work. It's out of the box. This idea is out of the box. It's not your traditional way. But look at, the reason I say look at, because the word I heard was Weasley. It's like cheeky, you know. It's like, maybe if I do this. What I'm guided to say is, if that's preventing you from addressing something to take that new path, be careful. You know, if it's a delay tactic, we can still delay. We can always take as much time as we want. But I think it's something to do with the home environment, because I'm seeing the bag, and it can be that you're just simply saying, right, I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to do this. I'm going to see it through. I have this idea on certain things I need to shift around, and I think this should work, which can potentially be true. But there's something where every journey starts with a single step. It's like you're not implementing it yet. You're tuning into it. You're mapping, you're planning, you're deciding. So it is coming, but you're wondering how you're going to feel when it goes to applying that. So you could be second guessing yourself. I'm going to pull I'll pull a tarot card. What is this about, please? You're wondering if it's going to come together. You're wondering if everything's going to come together in time, but every step does count. Yeah, it's saying just do it. Just do it. You know what to do. Trust the process. Try not to be too fixed on it. Try not to delay. because it's saying you could miss opportunities. So trust in your instincts of what you need to do. It's coming up as you're second guessing yourself. Although it's reversed, my guides are showing me more. It's not that it is. It's that you have the clarity of what you need to do, but you're second guessing yourself. You're thinking, God, this is a great idea. Why didn't I think of this before? Well, it was right under my nose. Why wasn't I seeing this, feeling this, acknowledging this? I have my clarity now. I know what to do. You're second guessing yourself even through your crown chakra. Clear your third eye and your crown chakra and balance your sacral chakra, and it's going to help you make a decision. Because whatever this is about, this movement, change, shift in approach, I feel it's like, I feel within a week you guys are going to know what it is. Some of you may already know, and you're like, right, I've got to get the ball rolling. It's like you're extending that time, and I feel the urgency on it to address it. Trust your instincts. I feel, you know, if you're getting a download about it, it's saying you're not acknowledging it. You need to acknowledge it. And I'm here to warn you from the external, my guides working, you know, with your guides, to tell you that if you have an inkling, please trust it, because it's asking you to move. When you get that vibe, to start, to do, to act, do such. I paused the video. Let's have a look at how they're feeling, and then we'll get into the extension read, because I didn't want to leave you on that note with that, because it felt unfinished. Number one, I do feel that you are going to have some clarity. You know, you're moving through the darkness, you're assessing, you're looking, you're feeling. You've got these ideas, the emotions are coming up, they're deep. You have this idea, and you have this inkling. It could be a hunch, it could be a superstition, but it's also an idea. It's a creative idea. You're a bit tongue-tied. Maybe you're not addressing it. You're second-guessing yourself, and you're wary about making that decision. I need to see why. Okay, you're really yearning for a very, very deep love. So some of these changes you're making, it may be the circumstances of where you are, what's going on in life, too much coming at you, balancing too many things. Okay, how are they feeling? I'll pull the cards for them. Oof. Ooh, wow, that's really interesting. Very interesting, Leo. Well, I'm perplexed. Okay. So, the reason why you're feeling super stuck is, one, you want to have love in your life, but you want to have balance. You could be romanticizing a circumstance, but then you come back to a reality sense of looking at the practicality with circumstances. So you're balancing the two vibrations. It's like, you know, maybe something hasn't turned out the way you thought. Now you're looking at maybe the reasons why. You're looking at the fact that you want love and balance and harmony, but you also need some reciprocity. It's like needing to, you know, have some balance, some esoteric balance. Yeah, you're having to change your plans due to this. You know, you've got all these creative ideas. Okay, what am I going to have to do? What do I need to do? What circumstance needs to shift? And it feels like after that it is changing. It's like the change of guards, but it's not it's a change of approach. That's what I'm seeing. A change of approach and a differing viewpoint. Especially to do with this person that you're in love with, and being a king and a queen in your own energy, and even what relationships are point blank zero. It's like, you're like, I'm not saying anything. I can be very, very hush, keeping this to my chest, having some light bulb moments, going, good grief, you know, why is this happening? What do I need to do? What are these you're going to get a solution. There is a solution here too. A scenario shift, but it's also you're going to have a light bulb moment. It can feel where you get very relaxed, where you feel almost that you are divinely guided to take such actions. Now, I'm going to get into the extension of the reasons why. I mean, your foundation, you feel stuck. It is psychological, right? You've got to come to terms with and make rational sense when it comes to love with pink quartz. After that, I think that action you take is going to be pivotal. We are going to go into the extension. Now, they're feeling, and I'm only going to show you the clarifier for the crowning energy, because you do have control of this ship, number one, I will say. You do have control of this ship. Your actions are going to make the difference. And I was initially not even going to bother going into talking about the extension, because I really do feel psychically it's almost like, it's weird, and I mean, that sounds really harsh, but buck stops here. I do feel you've got more control than you think. It's mental anguish. It's feeling stuck. This person's reciprocating though. I think both of you have been in that energy core field at the moment, but the communication hasn't been there. I'll pull one last card and then we will get into your soulmate, twin flame love interests, right? In the members zone. Now, look, if you feel this reading resonates, please join us with the live twin flame energy updates, and feel free to come through and join the updates. I do them all through the month. And, you know, as I record these videos and I get them more organised, I will be having a set schedule for when I'm coming. Yeah, you're going to speak your truth. But it's like, this is communication, this is movement. What actions are we going to take? Making decision, drawing a line in the sand. Please stay tuned for these last messages. Come join us with the twin flame energy updates, and I will see you during the month, beautiful Leo. Thanks for joining us. If you do want the extension read, it is in the link directly below in the box. Also, all the booking information is there. Please subscribe if you do want to have current updates relating to astrology, moon energy, twin flame path. I do have super chats, so if you do feel you can't afford a reading, you can jump through and have a question during the sessions, as well as if you haven't joined my website, please do, because I do put up notifications relating to when I'm coming live, any events coming up, and specials. Take care. I will see you later. Have a great week.